Welcome to our YouTube channel, dedicated to exploring the latest insights and opportunities in the world of finance and investments, with a special focus on currency revaluation, gold and silver investments, cryptocurrency, and make money online opportunities and more. If you're interested in staying up to date on the latest developments in currency revaluation, particularly the Iraqi dinar and other currencies, best to subscribe to this channel. Please note that the content on this YouTube channel is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the opinions expressed on this channel are based on our own research and personal experience. We strongly recommend that you do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor. Also, just before we go any further, this channel has a weekly giveaway of 100 Dogecoin. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and watch this video until the end, because if you don't, you'll be automatically disqualified from the giveaway. We will be sharing the random hashtag keyword daily, and then comment hashtag the keyword in the comment section. Also, today being Sunday, we will be announcing the lucky weekly winner from this week's giveaway. Good luck! Now let's continue with the latest Iraqi dinar intel provider news today. Please take any of these pieces of information with a grain of salt and do your own research. You can really feel it. Something's shifting in Iraq. Every week the news is getting louder, the pieces are lining up, and for those of us tracking this RVRI process closely, these latest updates feel different. I'm not going to give everything away just yet, but let's just say this. When you've got officials publicly talking about exchange rate changes, Parliament scrambling to push through the HCL law before the deadline, big investors, the whales and sharks, suddenly diving into Iraq, and a massive $17 billion development project connecting the Gulf to Europe, that's not coincidence. That's positioning. All of this points to something bigger forming beneath the surface. And if you've been in this investment long enough, you know the quiet buildup always comes before the big reveal. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, because when this switch flips, it's not going to give a warning. You'll want to be ready when it happens. All right, let's get into these updates and stick around till the end, because I'm going to give you my full breakdown on what I think this all really means and how close Iraq might be to finally pulling the trigger. From Intel guru Bruce via Wiser Now. Well, guess what? We have another 3-day weekend this weekend, with Monday being Columbus Day, and the banks are closed, the federal holiday. So, what's going to happen on Monday? Well, in talking with our Redemption Center leaders, they are on call on Monday. They will not go in, dependent on whether or not that we get the numbers prior to Monday. Now, as far as Tuesday is concerned, I think it looks good for us to at least get notified by Tuesday, and I don't know that we won't start exchanges as early as Tuesday. From NewsHound, Intel guru MarkZ via PDK. Article, 3 central bank strategic projects under implementation. 120 billion dinar of Kurdistan's revenues ready to be transferred to Baghdad to pay salaries. A month before the end of his constitutional life, Parliament faces a race of time to save the outdated laws. These are all part of the HCL law, and the race to implement the HCL Hydrocarbon Law before this legislative session ends. I am excited, but cautious. Question, does their term end this November? From MarkZ, I think it ends October 31st. Then the elections are November 11th. There is a break in between the term ending and the elections. There is a hard push to get things done in Iraq. From Intel guru Frank26, whales and sharks are all pouring into Iraq because they can smell the chum. They didn't all these years. A gigantic tsunami surge of international retailers entering the country, and they're not doing it at 1310. It has always been there for them, 1310. Where the hell have you been? How's it that now all of you are trying to get your ass into the country? How? Why? From NewsHound guru Clare. Article, what the barrel loses will be made up by the exchange rate. A look at the financial situation and the opportunity to change the dollar's price. Quote, If Iraq's operating expenses stabilize at their current level of 300 billion dinars per day, which requires 85,000 dinars per barrel, this amount will not be achieved from the $58 per barrel unless the dollar exchange rate changes. Converting $58 to 85,000 dinars means that the price of $1 should be 1,460 dinars. This is for the Ministry of Finance, i.e. the price at which the Ministry of Finance sells the dollar to the central bank. From the central bank to banks, it will be 1,470 dinars, and from banks to consumers, it will be 1,480 dinars per dollar. This option is now actually being considered in the political arenas. From newshound guru Militia Man, Iraq is filthy rich. They have immense natural resources. From newshound intel guru FNU LNU, article: Iraq, the Middle Eastern country where crypto remains banned, topped the list of countries that are looking up Dogecoin on Google. Anyone wanting an alternate to the dinar would be a fool to invest in doggy and kitty coins. K2 is a big fan of XRP as the Ripple organization solves P2P payments, cross-border payments. Heard that lately? Most likely, Ripple and XRP will build the rails on which the digital dinar will be traded. I thought this was amusing, but more importantly, shows how little they know about what is going on before their eyes. From Intel Guru Frank 26. In my opinion, the Iraq dinar is not a secret. Banks that were very touchy, very sensitive, and didn't want to say a single word about it have no problems with talking about you about it. Now, I will admit the best thing to do is just open an account with a bank that exchanges currency and go home and wait. Don't ask no more question. But every now and then, somebody finds what I call a golden egg. And you got lucky enough that somebody at the bank said to you, "Yeah, we've been trading. Yeah, I found out about it." These golden eggs is only maybe less than 10%. From newshound guru Sandy Ingram, Iraq is getting ready to go big. We do not know for sure what their plans are for the value of the IQD, but we do know investments more than likely will lead to massive profits due to the development road project. From newshound guru Kaperoni, article, Rentier No More? Baghdad's $17 billion gamble on the development road. Quote, Iraq's $17 billion development road project will be the backbone of a new non-oil economy, linking the Gulf to Europe and reshaping regional trade. Iraq has functioned as a rentier economy, deriving over 90% of state revenues from oil exports. This dependence has left public finances highly vulnerable to price swings, limited private sector growth, and entrenched unemployment among a young population. Before ending with the last update, the hashtag keyword for the 100 Dogecoin giveaway is Intelli-nvest. This will be for next Sunday's giveaway. Now let's announce who's the lucky winner of the 100 Dogecoin. The lucky winner is shown on the screen. Congratulations! Please contact us via email, and the email contact will be provided under the description of this video. On the email, please use 100 Dogecoin winner in the subject line and provide your Dogecoin address. We will also reply to your original comment if you are at least a basic member of this channel and let you know that you are the winner as well. You have 4 days to claim your prize. Okay, let's move on. From newshound guru Militia Man, reassurances are important because they need the public. They need that emotion to be contained. But they can't leak it out to the point people are going to front-run the currency or sell the currency. They can't do that. Pay attention to those reassurances that we're seeing, because they're all collective about Iraq integrating into the global financial system. It's clear as a bell, they're openly talking about that. And finally, the last one, from Intel Guru Frank 26. I want you to remember that I told you, the moment you see the HCL, you will see the new exchange rate. Before I get into my final thoughts, if you've been following this journey and want to stay ahead of the curve when Iraq finally makes their move, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. Because when this thing happens, there won't be a countdown or an announcement. It'll just drop. And when it does, you'll want to be the first to know, not the last, to react. All right, let's talk about what's really happening here. In my opinion, The pieces we're seeing right now are some of the clearest signs that Iraq is aligning itself for something big, and it all starts with the HCL, the Hydrocarbon Law. Frank 26 made a bold statement saying, "The moment you see the HCL, you'll see the new exchange rate." And honestly, that statement carries weight. The HCL isn't just another policy, it's the backbone of Iraq's entire revenue structure. It's what determines how oil profits are distributed between Baghdad, Kurdistan, and the people. Without it, there's no stability, no transparency, and no foundation to support a revaluation. So if this law gets passed, it's not just a political win, it's the green light for the economic side of the RVRI. Then we've got MarkZ's update, which adds another layer of urgency. He talked about 3 strategic projects under implementation by the central bank, digital banking, payment systems, and cross-border transaction networks. These aren't future plans anymore. They're in motion right now. That tells me the infrastructure is being laid down for a globally recognized tradable dinar. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Marx mentioned that Parliament is racing against time to get these reforms, including the HCL, passed before their term ends. Now, according to Iraq's constitution, the parliamentary term officially ends January 8, 2026, with elections scheduled for November 11, 2025. That gives Prime Minister Soudani just a few months to get this done before new political forces step in. You can bet he wants to cement his legacy before that window closes, and delivering a powerful, stable dinar under his leadership would be the ultimate accomplishment. And let's not skip over Clare's update, because this one's huge. The article she shared flat out discussed potential exchange rate adjustments tied directly to oil prices and government spending. They're literally showing the math, calculating what the exchange rate would need to be to balance the budget, using numbers like 1,460 to 1,480 dinars per dollar. You don't publish those figures unless serious conversations are happening behind the scenes. That's not rumor, that's fiscal modeling. It shows that Iraq is openly reevaluating its currency structure at the government level. And when you combine that with what Frank 26 also mentioned about whales and major investors pouring into Iraq, calling it a tsunami of capital, it's clear that something is shifting. You don't see global investors flooding into a market that's sitting at 1310 for no reason. They see opportunity coming. Between the $17 billion development road project, new U.S. investments, and the push for digital banking licenses, Iraq is basically setting the stage for international participation. The infrastructure, the politics, and the economic reforms are all converging at the same time. So here's how I see it. These latest updates might be exactly what Iraq needs to ignite some urgency to finally get this done. With the elections only a month away, this is Prime Minister Soudani's moment, his chance to go down in history as the leader who restored Iraq's financial strength. If he wants that political win and to build his legacy, this is the perfect storm to make it happen. Between the public talk of rate adjustments, the activation of strategic CBI projects, and whales positioning themselves inside Iraq, the timing couldn't be more perfect. In my opinion, this wave of momentum might just be the fire that pushes them to move now rather than later. The pressure is on, and the foundation has already been built. Sure, I know a lot of gurus out there believe this can happen any day, and honestly, I'm with them. Iraq has done so much groundwork that they really could pull the trigger at any moment. But to keep things realistic and avoid all the hopium, I still like looking at that 6 to 12 month window. That gives them time to wrap up legislation, finalize reforms, and ensure a smooth transition. Every signal from the CBI's ongoing projects to the tightening political timeline points to the same conclusion. We are standing on the edge of something major. Whether it happens this quarter or early next year, it's coming. The pressure, the preparation, the policies, everything's aligned. And that's my final take. Iraq has set the stage, and in my opinion, the moment they're ready, they'll flip that switch, and the world will finally see the true value of the dinar. Also, we released a breaking news article video the other day. Iraq just made a major move toward joining the World Trade Organization by completing comprehensive technical responses. an essential step that signals a shift toward full international integration. While this might seem like a routine headline, it's actually one of the strongest signs that Iraq could be preparing to move off the program rate and take the dinar global. In this video, I'll break down how this development ties directly into the RVRI process, how it connects with IMF Article 8 compliance, and why this moment could indicate the beginning of the end for the 1300 rate. If you've been watching for the clues and waiting for confirmation that Iraq is ready, this is the update you don't want to overlook. Most people will miss the significance until it's too late. Please go ahead and check it out by clicking on the link on the top right of this video, as you don't want to miss this. Lastly, please drop a comment below with hashtag and the keyword and let us know what you think. If you like this content and like to support this channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified when new videos are uploaded. See you on the next video.